So my name is Leon. I'm the co-founder and CEO at SaleSqueze, and today I will show you how an online sales channel for selling pergolas works and how you can use it to generate between 200 and 500 leads per month that are worth 3 to 5 million euros. And I will show you the exact steps of how you can build something like this for your own business. It's not just for selling pergolas, but today this is the focus. I will show you all the critical components and all the steps that you need to take to build something like this and make it functional and highly efficient. But let's start first with your current setup of the online sales channel that most of the companies use today. So based on our research, we have 99.9% of websites using something like this. So the components are usually some sort of advertising that drives traffic to your product pages where you present your product. And then majority of companies use let's say a contact us or an inquiry form to book potential interest from the prospects. And this contact forms usually create an email that gets sent to your sales department where the lead is then processed. This is okay, but it's not functioning very well. So let's see why inquiry forms don't work so well and why configurators do. Well, the first problem is that inquiry forms have a very low conversion rate. So it's just a data input where leads can provide their information. And the next step is usually a sales call, which is something that nobody wants anymore today. So, the immediate consequence of submitting an inquiring form is getting called by or contacted by a rep, and you need to start talking to them. And that's not a good customer experience. The next part is that customers can't visualize the product you are selling or that they are buying. And extensive sales follow-up and work is needed to actually close the deal. It also takes a long time for the customer to get a price and eventually place an order. So that's not a very pleasant user experience for the modern buyer. So you put a lot of effort and a lot of money into producing, pergolas, installing them, marketing them, selling them. So we think that your sales process should reflect the same experience. And this is where visual product configurators come into the picture. So with visual product configurators, conversion rate, so visitor to a lead, is usually much, much higher. Based on our KPIs, it's usually around 10%, which is a 20x improvement from the contact form. It provides a superior buying experiences, which makes customer highly engaged and very happy because they can see the product they are buying exactly as it will be when it's installed. And they can explore all the options, see how they influence pricing, and build a setup that is tailored to their exact needs and desires. It also enables automated or one-click inquiry processing for your sales team, which makes them highly efficient and highly productive. And at the end, customer instantly receives a price quote, which makes the buying process move a lot faster. But good product configurators are usually very expensive and very time-consuming. That's the usual opinion of most companies that we come in contact with. But it's totally wrong. It's not like that with SaleSqueze. So in SaleSqueze, you can create product configurators really fast. And the steps to do this is basically open up our SaleSqueze Studio configurator designer, import all the product options and prices, use that to create a simple configuration model, add some rules and business logic to the product to prevent configurations that are not possible or are wrong. Then just drag and drop together the layout and design of the configurator, and you can immediately embed it on your website. To show you how simple this really is, I created a video that is specifically built around a Pergola configurator, which you can find on my YouTube channel, Configure This, where I walk you through the entire process. So this video is available on the link that is just now posted on the screen. So I advise you to check it out and see how simple this whole process really is. Okay, so imagine we built the configurator and it's now set up and ready to use. So the next thing to do is we're gonna build a simple online sales channel around it to get to the results I was explaining at the beginning. So the critical components of the online sales channel change a little bit, but mostly stay the same. So you still need a reliable source of traffic that you acquire through different marketing methods. The best practice here is to use marketing channels that allow you to visually communicate with the customers, which is usually Facebook, Instagram, and also marry that with a high intent search through Google Ads. So once you acquire the traffic, you can direct this traffic to your product websites. And it's really important how this product website is composed so that it only attracts the right sort of customer and repels all the rest. So we're going to show you how this landing page should function to make it highly efficient and convert really well. And then just remove your contact form and place the configurator into the picture and allow customers to actually visually buy your products and send the configuration to your backend system, where interactive quotes are automatically prepared by the system and sent out to the customers. So they get an immediate feedback and the price of the product. And the architecture of the funnel is very simple. So with just basic advertising and retargeting, you can create an audience that is highly engaged and knows exactly what they are buying. So it's really a lot easier to close them into order in your sales process. So let's talk a little bit about how to build a top performing product pages. So the structure of the top performing product landing page should first of all be content rich. That's the main purpose to use that in advertising. And then it should follow a proven framework that answers the main questions that the user have when they are inquiring or trying to inform themselves about your product. We prepared a template that we use with majority of our customers to design these product pages, and at the end you will have the possibility to get this template free of charge and to use it to make your product pages a lot better. You should always also focus on using simple language, and you should make sure that your product page is well designed and that is viewable on all possible devices where your users come into contact with your page. So this is, in today's world, like 70% of customers use mobile devices, but some are still using desktops. So you should at least optimize the page for these two resolutions. And it's a very good practice to use mixed content like text for the basic structure and then visual and interactive elements to make the page more engaging. As a benchmark, your landing page should convert at around 30 to 40%. So that's the average conversion rate for this type of product landing page. Some of our pages convert up to 68%. Which makes a very efficient spend of your advertising money. Next is the CTA. So you want to drive the customers to the configurator to make the experience very engaging with a good call to action. And based on our experiences, for us, for our customers, these examples here work very well. So get an instant quote, which explains to the customer that they should click here to get the quote for this product instantly, or get a price, configure yours, build your own pergola. So anything, explaining what's going to happen next, and explaining that they have a chance to design their dream product. And this is a highly engaging moment that actually powers the conversions in this type of landing page. So as a bonus at the end, you will have the chance to get this landing page framework that we use for our customers, and also the list of best practices that comes along with it. So maybe just talk a little bit more about how this funnel actually works. So first of all, like we said, you run advertising. You can do that by yourself, or you can hire an agency to do it for you, and then drive the traffic to the landing page, use the configurator to convert traffic into a lead, and then use your existing sales process to follow up on the leads and convert them into an order. So for pergolas, there's a very interesting thing. So it's a seasonal product, and this is how the demand for pergola looks like on a global scale for the last 5 years. So it's a product that has the high season somewhere from March till the end of August or mid-September, and in that period of time, the most the most of the purchases happen. And I would like to show you how to capture that demand. So you can do that by structuring your advertising strategy, and optimize your funnel through the configurator with some basic marketing tactics. So for our customers, we usually do it this way. So when we drive traffic to the website, all the visitors that came to the website but didn't move forward to the configurator are put in a bucket that we call interested but didn't perform any action. So you can use that bucket of potential customers and retarget them to bring them back into the channel. The second bucket is all the people that were interested but didn't submit the configuration or inquiry, so they didn't receive a quotation from our side. And you can use that bucket of people to address them a little bit differently and create a personalized advertising campaign with an end goal to drive them to fill out the inquiry or to play with the configurator. And then the last bucket is the potential customers. So these are everyone that submitted the inquiry and received our quotation. So by using buckets, we actually inform advertising networks what type of customers we are actually looking for. So we want a lot of this in the bucket number 3, which is our potential customers, and we need to feed this information back to the advertising platform so that the platform is able to bring us similar customers that do similar actions. And this is how you start optimizing and growing your sales and marketing approach online to make it really profitable. So this is how capturing market domination, so how capturing market demand and how market domination looks like in the pergola market. So this is an actual case from one of our customers, and you can see that I applied the demand that exists through Google search on the actual quote generation results in the platform. So you can see that it follows pretty nicely the demand that is existing on the market. So this is how you capture all that potential that is on the market by allowing them to use a configurator to build their dream pergola and trying to get a price for that. So if we talk a little bit about results, so this is how a, let's say, standard marketing and sales funnel looks like for companies that are selling products like this. So the usual advertising spend, let's say an average, is around 1,500 euros per month. And this usually generates around 10,000 page visits. So the price per result is usually 0.15 euros per visitor, which is a good benchmark. If you Google around and try to find benchmarks, you will see that this is a pretty standard price per visit. Then if we use a landing page that converts at around 40%, you get 4,000 visitors to visit your inquiry form. And then the inquiry form converts at around 0.5%, which generates around 20 leads. So you just took 10,000 page visits, so paid for 10,000 page visits to generate 20 leads that are actually interested in your product, which makes the price per lead around 75 euros. If you move forward in this process in the funnel and say that your sales close rate is around 10%, which again is an industry standard, you get 2 deals, so 2 product orders out of 20 leads, which brings your marketing and sales price to around 750 euros per deal. So you can see that the funnel works, but it's not very optimized. So let's see what happens when we introduce the product configurator into the picture. So with the same marketing spend, the same page visits, and the same landing page conversion, we now create a high conversion point that creates a lot more interest with the customer and makes them more engaging. So it converts at around 10% per average, which creates 400 leads from the 10,000 page visits. The price per lead drops to roughly 4 euros, and the value of these leads is around 4 million euros. So with the increasing amount of leads, usually the sales close rate drops a little bit. So if we keep it at 7.5%, you get 30 deals out of 400 leads, which is a 14% decrease in cost per deal and a 14% increase in close rate. So yeah, if we compare the two models, you will see that the visitor conversion rate increases significantly, the number of leads increases significantly, and the overall revenue coming from this digital sales channel increases significantly, so a 14x. So yeah, at this moment, if you follow this strategy, you now have a consistent flow of leads coming in every month, and majority of our customers see around 200 leads per month. Doesn't matter the season. So in the summer months, they see up to 500, but in the winter months, that's usually around 200 leads per month. So how do you turn them into customers? The best strategy is by being fast. So majority of your competitors take at least a week to prepare an estimate or a price quotation, but you can do that instantly. So using the SaleSqueze visual sales platform, you can capture the inquiries through the configurator and convert them into a quotation fully automatically. A lot of our customers use that, and their customers love it. So immediately when you play with the configurator, submit the configuration, you get the quotation, the price. You can return back to the configurator, change some options, and come to a solution that really works best for you. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through a short success story. This is one of our customers that is selling carports, and this success story is explaining what we built together and what were the results in the first 3 months after launching this visual sales system with them. So after 3 months, they saw an immediate increase in leads. So they received five times more leads than in the previous months, and the sales immediately went up by 40%, which is, I think, an astonishing result. So they are a small Slovenian-based family-run construction company. They used to build high quality and custom carports. They have around 35 employees and are now growing at around 70% per year. They're the market leader, and they are a good example of what it looks like to really capture customer demand on your local market. One of their good traits is they really want to be customer centric, so they always work to ensure the best customer experience. And the configurator, you can try it out on their website. The configurator really envisions this approach that they have in everything that they do. The sales challenges that they had, so their process was slow and manual because all the carports needed to be drawn out by the architect. Majority of the sales team workload was manual and spent in quoting, so they spent like 60 minutes per quote. After the design was created, there were lots of human error, there were lots of missed inquiries, and a lot of mistakes in quotes, like pricing mistakes or configuration mistakes. There was very poor customer experience, so customers had to wait a long time to get a quotation, and they didn't know exactly what they were buying, and they had this vision to expand out of Slovenian borders to address the neighboring markets, but it had a huge challenge because expanding the manual process outside of your borders is not going to work. It's going to be pretty expensive, and 90% of all quotes they were creating were lost, but still had to be done just to get those 10% that eventually bought the product. So together we built the visual product configurator, which automated the entire lead to quote process. And the benefits of this configurator is basically a great experience. So it's a totally visual and self-service way that the customers use to create configurations of their dream carport and eventually receive a quotation and move on in the sales process. All the activities in the marketing part of the company and the sales part of the company are mostly automated, and increased efficiency of the sales team was achieved through this automation and digitalization. They also were able to, translate the configurator into different languages and start advertising it on the neighboring markets. So they were able to expand their operations into foreign markets. And they created a predictable and constant flow of high quality, ready to buy leads. So this was achieved through the advertising strategy that I explained earlier. So they had like 3 buckets, and now they just fill the advertising network with money and fit it with information how the users are moving through this process, and they can generate a predictable and constant flow of leads, which is a nice thing to have in the business. So if I go over the results again, they reduced quote generation time by 66%. Some of the quotes are still done manually because they also built really custom carports, but they are trying to move away from that. In the first 3 months, they received a little less than 2,000 inquiries or leads in the value of 12 million euros. They increased quote generation by 5x and increased sales by 40%, which is a very good result for a 3-month period. Here's a short customer testimonial of the project leader on their site. You can find it also on our website if you want to read it out in more detail. So now the big question, will this work for your product? So if you are selling pergolas, we are 100% positive that this is going to work. But if you don't produce pergolas, here's a checklist to help you assess if your product is sufficient for this kind of online sales. So your product should be complex and customizable. So you are currently paying or getting low quality leads. Your process inquiries and quotes are manual. Frequent configuration and pricing errors are a lot of times a very good indicator that you could use a system like this for your sales. And your customers are complaining or have to wait days to get a quote and can't see what they're buying. and the product price should be above 2,000 euros. So that's a benchmark that we follow, because otherwise it just doesn't make sense building all this for a product that's priced less than 2,000 euros. So how to get better sales results in 30 days? I would like to invite you to book a free strategy session with me directly. And in this strategy session, we will dive deeper into your business, and we will use two supportive tools that we are usually using to help our customers plan this whole thing out. So first is the funnel math. We will input your numbers and try to find some low-hanging fruits in your existing setup. Next, I will show you how a configurator works and how it would fit into this entire strategy of online sales and marketing. And then I will also invite you to fill out a report on your sales forecast for 2024, where you can see what will happen if you continue with your existing system, or what happens if we decide to introduce a configurator in your sales process. Also, what I will share with you is all of our templates, tools, and best practices, and you will be working directly one-on-one with me. I only have 5 slots available in December, so make sure that you take one of those 5 and be the first one to experience this strategy planning session. So you will also receive this 4 tools that we have. So first is the digital sales funnel analyzer that will show you the areas where you can improve. Next is the sales forecast tool, which I will share with you, so you can play around and create a forecast for your sales process. I will also share the product page framework guide that we use to build highly converting landing pages, and a 60-page guide that will walk you through step by step how to build the entire sales funnel by yourself. So it's a lot of value that you can receive for free. So now we've come to the end of the webinar, and it's time for your questions. Just feel free to write them in the chat if you have any. Okay. We don't seem to have any questions. So if that's it, I will share the link again. Also follow up via email and send you the link and instructions. And thanks for joining the webinar today. Hopefully it was you learned something new and something valuable. I wish you a nice day, and see you soon. Bye.